Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to kick off today's presentation on diseases of the digestive system, specifically codes K00 through K98. In this session, we'll explore the various conditions that affect the digestive tract, from common disorders to more complex diseases. We'll cover key classifications, symptoms, and diagnostic approaches. So let's get started and gain a clear understanding of this important area of medical science. Let's take a closer look at the anatomy of the digestive system. The digestive system, also known as the digestive tract, is essentially responsible for breaking down the food we eat into simpler substances. These substances are then used by our cells to produce high-energy molecules that power our bodies. This process involves several key steps: ingestion, which is simply putting food into our mouths; peristalsis, or the wave-like muscle contractions that move food through the digestive tract; digestion itself, where food is broken down into smaller molecules; absorption, when nutrients pass into our bloodstream; and finally, defecation, which is the elimination of waste. The main parts of the digestive system include the mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and the anus. Each of these plays a vital role in processing food from start to finish. In addition to these main parts, there are also accessory organs that support digestion. These include the teeth and tongue, which help break down food mechanically and assist in swallowing. The salivary glands produce saliva to start the digestion process in the mouth. The liver, gallbladder, and pancreas are also key players. They produce vital enzymes and substances that aid digestion and nutrient absorption. Understanding these components and their functions helps us see the complexity and efficiency of our digestive system, which is essential for maintaining overall health and energy. Let's take a closer look at the anatomy of the oral cavity, also known as the mouth. It's the very first part of the alimentary canal that encounters food and saliva, playing a crucial role in the beginning stages of digestion. The oral cavity isn't just a simple opening. It has several important functions. For example, it's where we perceive taste, which is essential for enjoying food and also for triggering digestive processes. It also handles the mechanical breakdown of food. Think of chewing as the first step in preparing food for digestion. Additionally, the oral cavity begins the chemical digestion of carbohydrates, thanks to enzymes present in saliva. Now, what makes up the oral cavity? The main structures include the mucous membrane, which lines the entire space and keeps it moist and protected. The tongue is a key component, forming the floor of the oral cavity, and it's vital for tasting, swallowing, and manipulating food. The hard and soft palate form the roof, providing a barrier between the oral and nasal cavities. Lastly, the cheeks shape the sides of the oral cavity, giving it structure and helping in the containment and movement of food during chewing and speech. Understanding this anatomy helps us appreciate how efficiently the oral cavity kickstarts the digestive process, setting the stage for the rest of the alimentary canal to do its work. Now let's talk about the salivary glands. These are exocrine glands, which means they produce and secrete saliva into the mouth. Saliva plays a crucial role in digestion, oral health, and even in beginning the process of swallowing. There are three main types of salivary glands to remember. First, we have the submandibular glands, also known as submaxillary glands, which are located beneath the jaw. Next are the parotid glands, situated near the ears, just in front of the ears. Finally, there are the sublingual glands, found beneath the tongue. Each of these glands contributes to the production of saliva, working together to keep our mouths moist and aid in digestion. Now, moving on to the anatomy of the pharynx. The pharynx is essentially a part of the throat that sits behind the nasal cavity and the mouth. Think of it as a shared passageway for both food and air. It's quite fascinating because it serves a dual purpose. The pharynx is divided into three parts: the nasopharynx, which is located behind the nasal cavity; the oropharynx, situated behind the oral cavity; and the laryngopharynx, which is near the larynx or voice box. This structure is essential because it links both the digestive and respiratory systems. It helps in directing food towards the esophagus during swallowing and air towards the lungs during breathing. Additionally, The pharynx plays an important role in speech production, helping us articulate sounds clearly. So, understanding its anatomy and functions gives us insight into how interconnected our systems truly are, especially when considering the overall process of digestion, respiration, and communication. Let's take a closer look at the anatomy of the esophagus. The esophagus is essentially a muscular tube that plays a crucial role in transporting food from the pharynx down to the stomach. It passes through an opening in the diaphragm called the esophageal hiatus, which allows it to connect seamlessly with the stomach. Food is pushed down this tube thanks to a process called peristalsis. Think of it as a series of symmetrical contractions and relaxations of the smooth muscles lining the esophagus. This coordinated movement ensures that food moves efficiently and smoothly into the stomach. Now, shifting our focus to the stomach itself. The stomach is a muscular, hollow organ responsible for the second phase of digestion. Its muscular walls help churn and mix the food, preparing it for further breakdown. One of the key functions of the stomach is chemical digestion, especially of proteins. It accomplishes this with the enzyme pepsin, which breaks down proteins into smaller, more manageable molecules. This process is vital because it sets the stage for nutrient absorption further along the digestive tract. Connecting this to our overall theme, understanding these structures and their functions highlights how beautifully coordinated our digestive system is, each part working in harmony to turn food into the nutrients our bodies need. Let's take a closer look at the structure of the stomach. It's divided into 4 main parts: the cardia, fundus, body, and pylorus. Each part has a specific role in digestion. The stomach's primary function is to break down food, turning it into a semi-liquid mixture called chyme, which then moves into the small intestine for further digestion and absorption. Within the stomach lining, there are specialized cells in the gastric glands. These include zymogenic cells, which produce digestive enzymes, parietal cells, responsible for secreting hydrochloric acid and intrinsic factor, and mucus cells, which produce mucus to protect the stomach lining from its own acids. Now, to control the movement of food and prevent backflow, the stomach has 2 important sphincters: the esophageal sphincter at the top, which prevents stomach contents from refluxing into the esophagus, and the pyloric sphincter at the bottom, which regulates the passage of chyme into the small intestine. Understanding these parts and their functions is crucial because they work together seamlessly to ensure efficient digestion and protect the stomach and digestive tract from damage. This integrated system highlights how the stomach is both a digestive powerhouse and a carefully regulated organ. The pancreas is a fascinating organ because it serves dual roles in both the digestive and endocrine systems. It's a glandular organ, meaning it produces important substances that are vital for our body's functioning. The pancreas is classified as a mixed gland, which means it has both exocrine and endocrine functions. On the endocrine side, it secretes crucial hormones like insulin, glucagon, and somatostatin, which help regulate our blood sugar levels and other metabolic processes. These hormones are released directly into the bloodstream, allowing them to reach different parts of the body quickly. On the exocrine side, the pancreas produces pancreatic juice, which contains enzymes that are essential for digesting food. This juice helps break down carbohydrates, fats, and proteins so our bodies can absorb nutrients efficiently. Bringing it all together, the pancreas plays a central role in maintaining our overall health by controlling blood sugar and aiding digestion. Its unique dual function highlights how interconnected our bodily systems truly are.